I'd ventured away from the regular tourist trail and onwards about 230 kilometres to the town of Sangkhlaburi. This small outpost is very close to the Myanmar border, and you're more likely to hear Burmese, Mon or Karen being spoken here than Thai. The town sits on the edge of a stunning lake. This is Kalam Lake, a huge man-made lake which was formed when a dam was constructed across the Queno River in 1983. And the river actually submerged an entire village at the confluence of the three rivers which now feed the reservoir. And the little town of Sangkhlaburi came later with its Burman, Karen, Thai and Mon populations. And just behind me is a little Mon settlement, and we crossed Thailand's oldest wooden bridge to get there, with its little thatched houses and dirt paths. Well worth a look. I was spending a few nights at the cosy Burmese Inn on the edge of the lake. Austrian owner Armin Hermann and his Thai wife escaped the city to build their own version of paradise. They've also become local experts on the cultural mix of the area.
It's mainly people who search for adventures and want to hang out in nature. Yeah, you won't find discotheques and high life here like in Pattaya and other places in Thailand. It's a funny place here. Sangkhlaburi is not quite like Thailand. It's a mixture of Burma and Thailand. There's just a few thousand Thai people living here, and most of them just came from Bangkok 15, 20 years ago. Most of the people living here, like over in the Mon village, are originally Burmese refugees who came across the border in 1948, 1970s. I have 15 rooms surrounded by trees, forest, beautiful garden, and when the water in the reservoir and the lake rises up, people can just jump in from the bungalow right into the lake.
Armin's advice was to first explore the lake. Along the shores, fishermen and their families toil at an ancient practice. We rode over the remains of the village that was flooded when the dam was built. Now, all that's left of the old city of Sangkhlaburi, which was submerged 18 years ago, are these little bits of a Mon temple that's just appearing out of the water. And it's very tranquil and very nice just cruising on the lake. The wooden bridge over the lake beckoned. This 400-metre wooden bridge, 25 metres high, took 6 months to build, and it was financed by the abbot of the Mon monastery, with much of the wood coming from the Thai forestry department. And it looks very nice.
Let's go to the temple.
After crossing the lake, our first stop was a stunning Buddhist temple, home to one of Thailand and Myanmar's most famous monks. Pilgrims venture here from both countries. We're inside the Mon monastery in Sangkhlaburi, and this is the religious center for all the Mon people living in Thailand. And its spiritual leader, the 90-year-old abbot, Reverend Uttamar, is with his monks and pilgrims. Within the temple grounds, you can also explore a traditional market. Now, this is the marketplace in the Mon settlement, and it's extraordinary what you can find to buy in here. Chinese porcelain, Indian blankets, Burmese woodwork, take your pick. I've even found some bongo drums here as well. was time to visit the village. This is a community of about 8,000 Mon people, former refugees from Myanmar who can trace their ancestry back to North India. There are about 1,000 homes in the village. Life here is simple and the community is close-knit, yet welcoming to visitors. Now this is a typical little hut in the Mon village. Very simply constructed, elephant grass, bamboo weaved together, and just a little bit of wood for support. The Mon are also skilled carpenters. The local children will even show you some of their favourite pastimes. But it was that time of day. School was about to start, and if I wanted to meet any more local children, I had to make my way to the schoolyard. I was about to have a lesson in multiculturalism. Now, once a week in the town of Sangkhlaburi, the primary school kids come to school wearing the traditional costumes that represent the different national groups of the area. The Thai, the Karen, the Mon, and the Rohingya. The day starts with the Thai national anthem. After prayers, it was time for lessons to begin and time for my journey to continue.